Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Mr. Blockworld. And first off, for anyone interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or Cash App as well. Do have those. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I can. It could be any type of review, re-review, topic, reaction, commentary, whatever the case may be, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And before I go on, this is actually, he mentioned this is for his son. His son actually got into college, so he wanted me to watch and review a film called How I Got Into College from 1989. So, before I go on, cheers to Mr. Blockworld's son. I know I got the, instead of the mellow yellow, I got the Shirley Temple here. She tastes good, and the soda tastes good too. Don't worry, she's of age. But I would say to the son, good luck on college. I never went to college, so I have no advice. Because of certain things happening that I don't want to get into with the personal, real-world stuff, I wasn't able to go to college. Was a valedictorian in high school. It was just other stuff that I had to take care of first. Family coming first. But I guess, hey, if you don't get laid, make sure your dad doesn't know about it. Whether it's with a guy or a lady or both, it's all good. Just don't let your dad find out about it. Do all the drugs that you want, as long as your dad don't find out about it. Do some crack cocaine, some PCP. Get your ass paddled by whatever narcotic-ridden drafts of folks that want you in their part of college. Something with 5 PHI in the name. And do drugs, get laid, don't do your homework, and be a disappointment to your dad. Good luck to you. Have fun. Wish you the best. Don't know anything about you. Don't know what you're going in for. But hopefully you're not one of those that will get a lot of debt from college, because I know a lot of people sadly go through that. So hopefully that works out the best, and good luck to you. I mean, I don't even know his name. Well, maybe that's for the better, because with the way the internet is, maybe incognito is the best way. But anyway, I mean, he says, your dad says he's going to send this to you. So it may be like, who the fuck is this guy who sounds redneck with a beard with all this shit behind him? It's like, I don't know. I'm just an asshole on YouTube. Now, getting to the movie at hand, How I Got Into College, which I had seen this poster quite a few times, but never bothered to see the film. Not for any reason, just never came about until now. Now, apparently, there was another director involved, a female director called Jan Eliasberg, which I guess she had written some novels. She did TV work, Cadney and Lacey, and other TV work. I think she did a Rutger Hauer film that I'd never seen, Past Image or something like that. Anyway, apparently after 5 or so days, she got fucking fired. Because I guess she wanted to do something a bit more serious. I think the quote was, we wanted a goofier show. Imagine TV, like, we wanted this, but she wanted to give us 30-something. So she wanted to be a bit more dramatic. They didn't want that, so they got Savage Steve Holland, who did Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer, both with John Cusack. And this film didn't do anything. It bombed at the box office. And Savage Steve Holland, he would continue to do work, but there's stuff that you probably had never heard of before. And I think this is the last film he did that went to theaters. Don't quote me on that. And with this film, I see a little bit of that originality that he had in Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer. Better Off Dead, I think, is hilarious. I think it's a wonderful film. I know John Cusack, for some dumb reason, hates that film. I don't understand it. It's a very fun movie. One Crazy Summer is a step down, but I still liked it. This one, kind of there on. I didn't hate the film. It's okay. It's an hour and 20 some minutes, give or take. Like, it's not a long movie. There's some decent people in the cast, which makes it at the very least watchable. Maybe because I never went through the process of trying to get into college, because again, just personal things happen. So it's a lot of stuff I could not identify with, but there's still some entertaining scenes throughout it. It's just that sometimes the focus of the lead kind of goes back and forth between this group, and something like Better Off Dead, you were centered on John Cusack and you really followed his roller coaster ride. Not really quite the case here. And I thought the ending was kind of meh. Like, the ending felt kind of blasé. Like, okay. It didn't have as much of the creative juices flowing of an ending compared to his previous films. Like, it just kind of like, oh, it's an argument conversation on, will this person get into college or this person get into college? I'm like, really? That's how we're ending it? I mean, like, One Crazy Summer ended with this crazy, steep competition, and not really the case here, so I don't know. But I still think it's okay. It's an okay film. Now it stars Corey Parker. He's the guy in Friday the 13th Part 5. He's one of the two greasers. He's the guy in the car. It's like, we'll kick your ass. Don't start the car. We'll kick your ass. That's Corey Parker. He was also in this terrible film called Scream for Help, which I reviewed like a month or two ago. He does pretty good here as the lead. He's no John Cusack, but he did a lot better here than he did in Scream for Help. So he stars as a kid in high school, worried about getting to college, in particular Ramsey College. The reason being is that he wants to go there because this girl he likes, played by Lara Flynn Boyle, she's going there too. And he's in love with her, so he wants to go to the college that she's going. He hasn't had the guts to tell her how he feels, but by the end he does. Lara Flynn Boyle, she was the villain in Men in Black 2, and I always forget, she was the crazy ex-girlfriend of Wayne in Wayne's World that would keep getting herself hurt, and she had the neck brace. Trying to think what else she was in. Those are two that come to mind. So while they're trying to get into college, you have another group who worked at the, the administration office that are trying to get kids in for the college. And you have two competing groups. You have this one guy who's our villain, Charles Rocket, which he was the bad guy in Dumb and Dumber at the end. He had the gun, and you think he shot Jeff Daniels, but he didn't. He had a bulletproof vest. So he was the main bad guy in Dumb and Dumber. He was also in, I think, It's Pat. He was the main villain in that. And then on the other side, you have Anthony Edwards and Finn Carter. Anthony Edwards, of course, he's been in Revenge of the Nerds. He was in Top Gun as Goose. He was in Miracle Mile, underrated film. He would be on the TV show ER. And then you have Finn Carter, who was in the first Tremors movie as Kevin Bacon's love interest. And it was cool to see all these actors in there. So Finn Carter and Anthony Edwards, they're of the type of, well, we should get kids in, but not just base it on their SAT scores. Base it on who they are as an individual, their personalities, while Charles Rocket just wants to base it on the numbers. And honestly, all that stuff was so boring to me. And I like Anthony Edwards and I like Finn Carter. I just didn't think those scenes were that funny. I didn't think those scenes were that interesting. I just didn't think there's really a lot of creative stuff going on with those two, with that kind of back and forth. I mean, the whole finale is just them arguing oh, we should have this guy and this girl, whether it be our lead character, played by Corey Parker, or this lady, played by Vera, played by Tashina Arnold, who works at a McDonald's, but Finn Carr's trying to get her in the opportunity to go to college. And Anthony Edwards like, we should do that. They're like, no, no. So Anthony Edwards, he's kind of throwing in the towel. And by then they trick Charles Rocket into signing someone, but then it's an elephant with the name L.E. Funt. Tricked him. Oh, wait a minute, maybe this, maybe we should listen to Anthony Edwards and Finn Carter. It's just like, I don't care about all that. I don't, and I like the actors, it's just, I didn't think their conversations were that interesting. I didn't think if there's any bits of comedy, I didn't think it was that funny. I thought it worked better when we were with Corey Parker and his point of view. And same with Lara Flynn Boyle. When it was their point of view and their scenes, whether separately or together, like Corey Parker, this is where you have a little bit of that Savage Steve Holland creativity, which I think were the better parts of this film. That's, I think, when the film worked a bit better. So, like Corey Parker, from time to time, if he's trying to choose an answer, will visualize, the movie visualizes two people, an A and a B. And one of them, the guy who's B, is Tom Kenny, who will later be the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. And, like, the movie starts with that, where Corey Parker's doing a math problem, and it's like A to B, and we see these two going like a marathon, and then get stopped, and they start yelling at the main characters, like, what are you guys talking about? I'm trying to, like, that whole stuff. And, like, there's another bit where they're in a boat, and they're trying to get water out of the boat. Oh my god, this guy is stupid, we're gonna die. Like, do you want to go to A, or do you want to B? Like, that stuff was interesting. That stuff was kind of funny. They had that quirky energy that you saw a lot more in Savage Steve's other films. Or when Lara Flynn Boyle's talking to other people about the crack student legend, that they said this stuff, and then she showed her clothes, and then she went in the mental institution, and we visualized someone in the mental institution, and like one of the girls is watching, she had a cigarette, she put it down, that she tried to smoke the French fry, and then she got out of it, went back to get where's the cigarette, get the cigarette back. Like, that stuff was funny. Or when Corey Parker and this other guy, they go to the class fair, and they turn, and there's the military, like the army or whatever, and the guy's like, college is for pussies! Or one of them gets pulled into Bible Academy. Actually, Corey gets pulled into Bible Academy fair, and as Curtis Armstrong, who played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds, he was in Savage Steve's other two films. He was John Cusack's buddy and Better Off Dead. He was in One Crazy Summer. And he's trying to get the guy in, but the guy admits, well, I don't have good SAT scores. Oh, okay. Fine, get out of here. Like, that stuff was fun. It was also nice to see some other familiar people. Richard Jenkins, who was in The Shape of Water. He was in Cabin in the Woods as one of the guys behind the scenes. He was... I won't give too much away for those who didn't see Cabin in the Woods. But yeah, he was in The Shape of Water. He was in White House Down. He's been in a lot of stuff, Richard Jenkins. He plays Corey Parker's dad. Yeah, some people from Saturday Night Live, Nora Dunn and Phil Hartman. Rest in peace, Phil Hartman. Where they're teachers of this class that if you want to study to take the SATs again, and pretty much they're there to go, hey, just guess. Don't fill nothing out. Fill at least something out. Just guess. So again, when it's centered on those characters, I thought the film worked a bit better. Like Lara Flynn Boyle realizing that she thought she was unique and special, but then she looks around, and in fact she's a dime a dozen, which is like one of her worst nightmares, and sees how everybody else is dressed the same clothes, same shoes. She freaks out. Or she's going in for an interview to see if she did get in this college, and it seems like the legend of the crack students happening again. She doesn't know that the guy is freaked out because of something happened a year or so ago about some pig. So someone put some pig toys and he's trying to clear them out, but she doesn't know that. So he says something that triggers her, and she has the idea to pull her shirt open, but he doesn't see it yet. But she kind of realizes what she's doing. She closes it. It freaks out. Like I said, that stuff had the fun, goofy nature quality that made it kind of funny. And there's other little stuff. There's a bit where Corey Parker, he doesn't know what to do for extracurricular activity to put on his application for college. So why not wrestling? And you got Queen Khan, who's a wrestler. She has a big role in it. Well, she's done a few other films here and there. I think she was in Spaceballs. I think she was the bearded lady in Spaceballs, I think. At the end when they're trying to steep. I know she's Spaceballs. I think that was her. Don't quote me on that. Oh, what was the other thing? Even little stuff. Oh, it's cool. Like, Corey Parker has a Silver Surfer poster. I don't know why that struck me, because I don't know, you think of all the other superheroes, you just don't think of Silver Surfer. But, oh, yeah, he does have a Silver Surfer poster. Which, on a side note, I'm still surprised we have not gotten a Silver Surfer movie. With all the superheroes they want to make movies out of, yes, he was in Fantastic Four 2. I guess a female Silver Surfer? Great, she'll put the surfboard up her vag. I don't know. Does that mean her tits will be silver too? So if I'm with her, is it called silver spooning? Fuck. Don't even have a Silver Surfer movie. I mean, that's one I'm so... It's weird they never got one. I mean... Like, you have a... Well, they did... Whatever. Anyway. Some of the music is decent. I didn't mind the song Yun by John Sheff that plays during a montage where the kids are doing their own things of trying to get ready for this application. But it's like the third act kind of lost a bit of the laughs. It's either Corey Parker and Lara Flynn kind of going on a little road trip. I think just like to put their application into the actual college or something. Or, again, it's Anthony Edwards and Finn Carter arguing with the board about who to and who can't be brought in. Like I said, that stuff just didn't interest me. I didn't find that entertaining. I honestly kind of wish... I mean, Anthony Edwards and Finn Carter could be in it, but I wish they would be more in the background. Instead of more, again, on Corey Parker, Lara Flynn Boyle's. Because even like the other, like Tichina Arnold's Vera, like, she doesn't have a whole lot to do. Like, you see, she works at a McDonald's, and her mom doesn't want to get her daughter's hopes up. And Finn Carter's like, I'll fight for you, but then she appears like 2 or so more times, and that's pretty much it. So it doesn't seem like she had a whole lot to work with. And at times it seemed a bit unfocused compared to, I thought the first two, especially the Better Off Dead, I thought had much more of a funnier, dark, at times darker, streamlined, not so, but focused approach to it. But with that said, I think if you had the issues of getting ready for college, there's a bit more you could get out of this that I didn't. But there's enough there. Again, it's a short running time. It's a likable cast. There's still some bits of that quirky, like I said, Savage Steve Holland energy to help matters, and at the very least, it's a decently watchable film. Again, just not one that I like more than the other two that Savage Steve has done. Although it's probably better than the stuff he did afterward, and I guess I could look that up real quick because I have a computer right here. It'll take me a minute. He's 66 years old, okay. So he did The Last Halloween in 1991, which was aired on CBS. Safety Patrol in 1998, which had Leslie Nielsen in it. Stuck in the Suburbs in 2004. Shredder Man Rules on Nickelodeon. National Lampoon's Racco, The Dictator's Son, with Efren Ramirez, which he was Pedro Napoleon Dynamite. Legally Blondes, a spin-off of Legally Blonde. A Fairly Odd Movie Grow Up, which is a live action of the Fairly Odd Parents. So a lot of Nickelodeon stuff. Probably did a lot of live action Odd Parents movies. He directed some. Santa Hunters. Yeah, I could definitely say, just by looking at these, that these films are probably dog shit, and this is probably the last decent fucking film he did. I'll say that. Jesus. Well, there you go. Yeah, it does seem like... I guess he also wrote an animated TV special of the Incredible Crash Dummies and helped develop the animated Incredible Crash Dummies that was on Fox Kids. Well, there you go. Huh. Learn something new every day. So yeah, as is with the film, it's okay. It's alright. It's not a film I love, but I didn't hate it either. Like I said, it's decent enough. If you see it, okay, watch the trailer. If it intrigues you, give it a look. Again, you'll have a decent enough time. But again, best wishes to Mr. Blockworld's son. Get your dick wet. I mean, well, I guess depends. Gay, straight, bi, whatever. It's all good. Your dad will love you no matter what. Experiment. Experiment with drugs. Experiment with guys, girls, both. Get fucked up. Just don't tell your dad. But in all seriousness, good luck. Have fun. And if you do any of those, it's not my fault. So, take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.